This is everything that I read this week, which includes books, articles, and newsletters. I'm catching up on 2 buddy reads, Remarkably Bright Creatures, so I got back on track with reading this one, and the second buddy read that I'm reading is The Wolf Den, and I've also gotten back on track with this read as well. These are my 2 buddy reads, both very different genres. The Wolf Den is more historical fiction, and it centers around the prostitutes who were living in Pompeii, whereas Remarkably Bright Creatures follows multiple characters, but there is this air of mystery to it. The main mystery being that one of the characters, her name is Tove, her son died mysteriously at sea, and she doesn't really know why. His body was never really recovered, but she oddly has this odd connection with this octopus, and it's giving a touch of magical realism in that sense, and perhaps maybe through this connection she might get some answers. I'm also catching up on some essays, and that is Notes of a Native Son by James Baldwin. I'm actually almost done with this, so a review for this will be coming out real soon. And last but not least, I completed a book this week, and that is Women Who Run with the Wolves. It took me 2 years to read this book, and I only finished it this week. Some other reads include this newsletter by Cruel Desire, who I follow on Substack. It's called Somewhere Between the Desperate and the Divine. It's a beautifully composed list that centers around a central theme, and I really enjoy reading Cruel Desire's newsletters. The next Substack article that I read for this week is Figuring Out Peace by Scribbles and Thoughts. I really just enjoyed this entire piece because I feel like it's just such a beautiful explanation of what it feels like to try to find peace and balance in a state of chaos. This newsletter specifically reads like a journal entry, and that is one of my favorite styles of writing as well. Last but not least was a poem on Substack written by Horror Baby, which is called Ribbon. This is a beautiful metaphoric piece of gothic poetry. Horror poetry is absolutely one of my favorites, and Horror Baby does it best. I love the metaphor of the ribbon in this piece and what it means, and how it talks about like this unraveling and this loss of control. I did read a few pieces, an article and a poem that centers around the symbolism of a pomegranate, which I'm highlighting in my upcoming newsletter, and I also read a couple of articles about the rise of medieval aesthetics in pop culture, one being the rise of medieval core within fashion, and sort of like the chainmail aesthetics and the armor aesthetics that we're seeing a lot, especially this year. And the second article talks about why medieval art is generally so weird. These are all articles and stuff that I'm linking in my upcoming newsletters, so you can check out my Substack to see which ones I've read.